Think you're smart? Well, prove it. Scan the QR code on screen and join the quiz instantly. You can play by yourself or create a room and challenge your friends. The smartest brain wins. Scan now and start playing.
From ancient times to modern days, let's test your history skills. This quiz is intermediate level, made for ages 11 to 14.
Quiz starting soon. Scan to join.
Are you ready to start? Here we go.
Which pharaoh is believed to have built the Great Pyramid of Giza? What is the name of the ancient Egyptian god of the dead? How many pyramids are in the Giza complex? What material were ancient Egyptian mummies wrapped in? Which of these ancient Egyptian monuments is this? Sort these pharaohs in order from earliest to latest reign. What river was central to all life in ancient Egypt? In what century BC did Tutankhamun become pharaoh? What writing system did the ancient Egyptians use? Which goddess was associated with motherhood and magic in ancient Egypt? What is the name of the famous stone that helped decode Egyptian hieroglyphics? Sort these ancient Egyptian monuments from oldest to most recently built. Approximately how tall is the Great Pyramid of Giza in meters? Which animal-headed god was associated with embalming and the afterlife? What is the term for the ancient Egyptian rulers? In which region of Egypt is this famous monument located? How many gods were in the ancient Egyptian pantheon approximately? Sort these Egyptian gods from most to least powerful in the traditional hierarchy. What was the ancient Egyptian word for their country, meaning black land? Which female pharaoh ruled Egypt and is often depicted with a false beard?
Time to check your score. How are you doing? Let's continue the quiz.
In what year was Tutankhamun's tomb discovered by Howard Carter? What was stored in canopic jars during the mummification process? Which ancient Egyptian city served as the capital during the New Kingdom period? Sort these periods of ancient Egyptian history from earliest to latest. What does the Eye of Horus symbolize in ancient Egyptian culture? Approximately how many years did ancient Egyptian civilization last? Which pharaoh is famous for building the most temples and monuments in ancient Egypt? What is the name of the ancient Egyptian book of spells for the afterlife? Sort these ancient Egyptian inventions from earliest to most recent. Which country is home to the Valley of the Kings, where many pharaohs were buried? What was the purpose of the Sphinx at Giza? How many chambers are inside the Great Pyramid of Giza? Which god was represented by a falcon and was the god of the sky? What material did ancient Egyptians use to make paper-like writing surfaces? Sort these famous Egyptian pharaohs from earliest to latest reign. Which pharaoh introduced monotheism by worshipping only the sun god Aten? Approximately how many workers are estimated to have built the Great Pyramid of Giza? What was the name of the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom and writing? Which sea borders Egypt to the north? Sort these steps of ancient Egyptian mummification in the correct order.
Time to check your score. How are you doing? Let's continue the quiz.
In what year BC was the Battle of Kadesh, fought between Ramses II and the Hittites? What is the name of the famous bust depicting the wife of Akhenaten now in Berlin? What did ancient Egyptians believe the heart was weighed against in the afterlife? How many obelisks did Thutmose III erect during his reign? Which ancient Egyptian god was associated with chaos and storms? What is the name of the famous ancient library located in this Egyptian city? Sort these ancient Egyptian gods by their role from most associated with life to most associated with death. Which of these is the correct description of a cartouche in ancient Egypt? Approximately how old is the Sphinx of Giza in years as of 2024? What was the final dynasty of ancient Egypt before Roman conquest?
And that's the final question. How many did you get right? Check your results in the app and see your final score. Let us know in the comments how you did. Challenge your friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more quizzes.